This is Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com, and I am the sports genius. I'm doing what the middle class do on Sunday. That's watch football. So, I'm a huge Panther fan. Anybody that's watched my videos knows that. And that's the only NFL team. I talk about a lot of NFL stuff, make picks, but it's the only NFL team I cover are the Carolina Panthers. I'm a hometown kid, like most of the middle class people in the USA. But the Panthers have struggled this year. Now, I'm not going to talk a whole lot of negative, and that's what I usually do. I usually talk a lot of negative stuff about the Panthers because there's a lot of negative stuff to talk about. And I usually bash Cam, and I'm also not going to do that as much this time. My last video was nothing but Cam. I think Cam today played as good as we can expect him to. As some people say, the new norm, this is the new norm. Cam Newton's going to play about this good. Listen to his stats here. He was 21 of 37, fair completion rate, not bad, but not great either. Very fair. He had 233 yards passing. He had 64 yards rushing. He had a touchdown and interception. That's about all you can get out of Cam. Now, he runs the ball too much. That doesn't work in the NFL. I've said it a million times on my videos. Anyone has seen them. It's like getting rich with credit cards. If you want to get rich with credit cards and you want to get rich with credit, you can go buy a house and a car, TV, watches, chains, front row at the game, everything. You can go buy all that stuff. The problem is that when the bills come due, you're no longer rich. You just got a bunch of stuff. And that's what running the football is. You can win some games, get by, move the offense along, but when it comes to establishing dominance as a team, it's done with pocket passers. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Eli Manning. Those guys do it. Ben Roethlisberger. That's who wins the championships. Hands down. But what I really want to compliment the Panthers with is that I think defensively they haven't been very good this year. And they were great this game. They really were. Holding the Cowboys to 19 points. And I know the Cowboys have struggled and have not been the elite team that they've been in past years. But still, they have a good offense, lots of weapons. They held them to 19 points. I really don't think you can hold the Cowboys any less than that. They scored 30 points against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens' defense has been of late suspect. But still, 30 points against the Ravens, only 19 against the Panthers. I think it was very impressive the way they've played. Now, I've really criticized the Panthers because but the defensive tackles, they really have a hard time stopping the run. They only allow 85 yards rushing. I think that's great. If they allow 85 yards rushing every game the rest of the history of their franchise, I'll be happy. And then Roma had a good game, but not great. He didn't have gaudy stats. And the safeties and corners made some big plays and had some nice, and I think they covered well. So I really give compliments to how well the Panthers defense played, and maybe they're coming around. Most importantly, what they did, and defense has schemes, and you can talk about matchups and all that stuff, and we can get into that if we had more time on these videos. I don't want to make them too long. But what a lot of times defense comes down to simple fundamentals, and they tackled well. Cowboys caught the ball, they tackled them, put them down. Yards after the catch, yards after the first hit when they're carrying the ball, and the Panthers did very, very well on that. So I'm very impressed, and those linebackers they've invested in really helped. And then the defensive line and the corner stepped up. Now, the defensive line didn't put enough pressure on Roma. They needed to do that. But still, I give the defense today an A-. And that's pretty good on a team that's as bad as the Panthers are. Because here's the bad thing. I've talked some good things about the Panthers, even in a loss. But we have to start talking as Panther fans, are the Panthers the worst team in the NFL? Now, I'd put a few teams ahead of them, to be honest. But when you have the worst record, you may be the worst team. And for a team that was expected to win the Super Bowl and to go deep in the playoffs, this is very embarrassing. Now, depending on which prediction you look at, only predict them to win 8 or 9 games. They'll be lucky to do that. The playoffs expectations are over for the Panthers. They will not make the playoffs. Not a newsflash, I don't think, for most people. Now, let's talk about Cam and running the football. The Panthers ran the ball today for 112 yards. Not bad on the ground. It's not a bad performance. It's not gaudy, but it's not bad. 64 of it was Cam. You just can't allow him to run the ball that much. He'll get hurt. And like I said, it's like getting rich through credit cards. You can keep scanning it, and boy, you can keep buying all sorts of stuff, but when the bill comes due, when the playoffs come around, when the game's on the line, a quarterback can't win by running the ball. So it really is the case, though, that the Panthers, I think, are doing about as well as they can when it comes to Cam Newton's progress. Hopefully he'll get better. He has all the tools, all the physical tools to get better. So I can see him getting better in the future. But right now, he's going to play about as good as he's playing. And if that defense continues to play like they did today, the Panthers can win some games. But 14 points on offense, not enough. You're not going to win many games in the NFL like that. So this is Middle Class Matt. Check out all my NFL videos. Check out my picks and everything else. I'll see you next time.